If you're thinking about booking Star of the Seas, this is a video you're going to want to watch before you make that decision. Hey guys, it's Ryan from Cruisers Club, and I just got back from 7 nights on board Royal Caribbean's newest cruise ship, Star of the Seas. And let me tell you, it was incredible. But this ship is also very different from a traditional cruise ship, and I don't think it's the perfect fit for everyone. I'm going to walk you through everything you actually need to know before you book, what this ship does well, what might surprise you, and who this ship is really designed for. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear idea of whether Star of the Seas is right for you or if you should be looking at a different option. Oh, and also stick around till the end as I'll be sharing my top tip for sailing on Icon class ships. Let's get into it. Star of the Seas is a part of Royal Caribbean's Icon class, and that's important to understand right away. This ship is massive. This is not just a bigger cruise ship, it's more like a floating resort, which is made up of multiple neighborhoods, and each of those neighborhoods has its own vibe. Instead of thinking in terms of decks, you might want to think in terms of areas, where you go to relax, where you go to eat, be social, or if you want energy and excitement, there's an area for all of those things. The design works really well, especially if you're cruising with different types of people, your kids, adult friends, couples, or if you're in a group. But it does change the overall feel of the cruise compared to, let's say, older ships. You need to plan ahead for this. So let's talk about how to navigate the neighborhoods on board Star of the Seas. One of the biggest questions people have about Star of the Seas is whether a ship this big feels overwhelming. And visually, yes, it definitely looks massive. But once you're on board, it's actually very easy to navigate. And that's intentional. It's because this ship isn't designed deck by deck like other cruise ships. It's designed around neighborhoods, and each one of them has a clear purpose. At the center of the ship is the Royal Promenade. If you've sailed with Royal Caribbean before, you might find this area familiar, as other ships also have promenades. However, on Icon class, these are absolutely taken to the next level with things like the Pearl. This is the main social hub, and it's where you'll find places like the Pearl Café, Sorrento's Pizza, bars, lounges, and also live music at night. It's busy, energetic, and meant to feel alive, which it definitely does. Then you have Thrill Island. This is the high-energy outdoor area of the ship. This is where the water park, Flow Rider's surf simulator, sports court, and other action-filled attractions are located. It's usually pretty loud and active, and that's why it's intentionally separated from the quieter areas of the ship. For families, there's Surfside. This neighborhood is designed specifically for kids and parents. It has a family-friendly vibe that includes dining options, splash pads, and spaces where kids can just be kids without taking over the rest of the ship. If you're looking for something more relaxed, that's where the Hideaway and Cloud 17 come in. These areas lean more adult and are actually labeled as adults only. You'll find pools, loungers, ocean views, and a calmer resort-style atmosphere. However, just know, the Hideaway is also known to throw a pretty mean party with its poolside DJ and Vegas pool club vibe. Both Cloud 17 and the Hideaway feel like an escape from the busier parts of the ship, and the adults-only status definitely is nice. Then there's Central Park. This is one of the quietest areas on board. It's open air, filled with over 10,000 real plants and flowers, and surrounded by restaurants and bars. This is where you go if you want to break from the noise without going back to your stateroom, or also if you want to grab a bite at Azumi's walk-up window, which I cannot recommend enough. It is so good. What this neighborhood layout does really well is separate energy levels. High energy areas stay high energy, quiet areas stay quiet, and you're rarely forced to walk through crowds just to get where you're going. If you love the classic cruise ship feel where everything kind of blends together, this will definitely feel different on Star of the Seas. But if you like knowing exactly where to go based on your mood, Star of the Seas handles its size extremely well. All right, now that we've talked neighborhoods and navigating the ship, let's talk your stateroom. On Star of the Seas and also Icon of the Seas on Icon class ships, the staterooms are completely redone from previous ships. These staterooms are gorgeous. They have ambient lighting that can be controlled through the Royal app along with your AC and TV. They have really nice bathrooms. If you're used to the cloth divider shower situation on some Royal Caribbean ships, say no more. We were staying in I think we were told it was, I don't know if it is actually, but the smallest stateroom on board. It was an interior stateroom. We did not have a balcony or a window. And yeah, it was pretty small, but here's the thing. We loved it. We loved it. It served its purpose. We're not people to stay in the stateroom all that much during a cruise, and to be able to have this super nice bathroom that has a glass door, hallelujah, which is amazing, along with just this really cool ambient lighting that you can turn on at night through your phone. I just think it was amazing. I think that if you are looking to cruise and you really, it matters where you're staying, it matters, your room is very important to your cruise vacation. Obviously, you might want a bigger stateroom, but I can't say enough good things about the design, the look and feel and functionality of the staterooms on board the Icon class ships. So my recommendation for Star of the Seas is, if you plan to spend time in the stateroom, obviously get a bigger stateroom, and maybe get a balcony if you can swing it. A window would be nice, but use the app, create the vibe, set some, turn off the main lights and set a ambient light. It's very cool. And also, again, enjoy the bathroom. The bathroom is definitely an upgrade from previous Royal Caribbean ships. And I think if you're someone more like me though, that, hey, you're not spending all that much time in the stateroom, honestly, the smaller rooms are cheaper and they serve the purpose and do it very well. So overall, very good experience with staterooms on board Star of the Seas. All right, let's get to the fun part and one of my favorite parts about cruising, which is the food. So food on Star of the Seas is less about the sheer quantity and more about how many different options you have at any given moment. There are complimentary dining venues all across the ship, which is one of the biggest reasons why this ship doesn't feel as crowded as you'd expect. You have places like the Windjammer, which is the main buffet and offers a huge rotation of options throughout the day, but you're not limited to that. In the Royal Promenade, you have the Pearl Café for quick bites and snacks, and of course Sorrento's for pizza at almost any time of day, especially late at night for me. For sit-down meals that are still included, you've got the main dining room, which is gorgeous, and venues like the AquaDome Market, which works more like a food hall with multiple stations instead of one long buffet line. I cannot rave enough about the AquaDome Market and specifically on Star of the Seas. The key thing to understand in this, you can eat very well on the ship without paying extra, which I love. Specialty dining is of course available and some of the best food on board. So don't get me wrong, Chops, Hooked, Anazumi, and others are definitely a vibe. Dining on board Star of the Seas is a highlight and was a highlight for my trip, and I think you're going to love it as well. So now you have a lot of information about how this ship is laid out, but who is Star of the Seas actually best for? You should seriously consider booking this ship if you like modern resort-style cruising. If you enjoy having lots of options and being able to choose your vibe throughout the day, this ship does that extremely well. It's also a great choice for cruising with a mix of people, families, couples, or groups where everyone wants something different out of the trip. Star of the Seas is definitely built for variety. That said, this ship isn't great for everyone. If you strongly prefer smaller, more intimate ships, then obviously this ship might feel too big. If you want a quiet, slow-paced cruise with very minimal crowds, this might not be your style. But if you love traditional cruise experiences, I would challenge you to say that this has some of that. This has the main dining room, the main promenade. There are differences, obviously, in the Icon class and Star of the Seas, layout from your more traditional cruise ships. But I challenge you, I think you'll find something you love on board Star of the Seas. All right, guys, before we wrap this up, here's a quick pro tip for sailing on any Icon class ship, including Star of the Seas. On sea days, don't head straight to the busiest pool areas first thing in the morning. Give it about 30 to 40 minutes after the sun comes out, and you should be able to find a much easier spot to lay out, to hop in the pool. And again, this ship is all about different areas and neighborhoods, so people tend to disperse once the initial rush happens. If you wait just a little bit, it's much easier to find space seating in a much more relaxed atmosphere. This works especially well in places like Cloud 17 and the Hideaway, and most definitely on days when the sun is out. That one small timing shift can completely change how your sea day feels. Overall, Star of the Seas is one of the most impressive cruise ships Royal Caribbean has ever built. But the key is booking it for the right reasons. If you understand what this ship is designed for, it can be an incredible vacation. If you expect it to feel like a smaller and more traditional cruise ship, it may not be the best fit. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope this video helped make your cruise decision easier. If you're interested in booking a cruise, click the link in the description to get exclusive cruise offers, giveaways, and more. And hey, if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the Cruisers Club YouTube channel for more cruise videos just like this. Happy sailing, and I hope to see you out there.